Hey, what's up guys? Thanks so much for stopping by. So I guess this will be the very first of these types of videos that I've ever done, and hope to do more in the future. Just, turn on the camera and let you guys know what I think about something that's out there, just in case any of you were on the fence or just wanted to join in the discussion. So this weekend, this Friday, saw the release of the long-awaited and much-anticipated Jurassic World. Which definitely isn't a reboot. It's, I guess I would call it a sequel. I mean, it does take into account the events of the previous films, at the very least the first one. No spoilers or anything, but there is a couple little Easter eggs inside the movie, like there's a woman on one of the little passenger monorail things when they're going into the park, and she's got Dr. Ian Malcolm's book. You can see Jeff Goldblum's picture on the back of it. I guess it's the Chaos Theory book. Just little things like that. One of the employees of the park has a Jurassic Park t-shirt, and someone asked him where he got it, because those were never supposed to be released, and he's like, yeah, I paid like $150 for it on eBay, and like they're going for $300 new. Just little wink winks like that that I thought were really cool. I very certainly remember seeing the original Jurassic Park in theaters when I was, 1992, so I was about 13 when that came out. Give or take, the summer, and I definitely very much remember looking forward to going to see that movie. I was definitely into dinosaurs like any kid from the 80s was, man. I thought that they were the coolest thing out there, and that movie was just so surreal. Such a big deal when that thing came out. It was just, just for such a long time, until Titanic came out. I mean, that was like the biggest thing in the world. I remember I went back to see it, I think 2 or 3 times in the theater, and it was in movie theaters, I think, for over a year, like non-stop. Playing, just because it was making so much damn money. So on to the new movie. Okay, so what did I think about it? Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really liked it, actually. I thought that this, more than any of the other Jurassic Park movies, and I actually do like The Lost World, and I know I'm going to be in the extreme minority in this, but I really liked Jurassic Park 3, actually. I thought that was really cool. Sure, there were some cheesy parts to it, but I actually kind of dug it. But Jurassic World, I felt, was like the first real, true kind of sequel to Jurassic Park, or I should say follow-up to Jurassic Park, meaning it took into account everything that happened in the first movie, and this is fast forward a little bit where the park's up and running. It's not just opening or anything like that. They've been up and running for years at this point. All kinds of different attractions, just all kinds of stuff, all kinds of different activities, for the kiddies and everything. People flying to Costa Rica, then they put them on cruise ships to come out there and stuff. And it's definitely, throughout the first 30 minutes or so of the movie, you definitely get the impression that these folks have this down to a system. Like, this is a living, breathing attraction, not that different from the way like Disney World or Universal Studios would work. I'm going to do my best not to give away any spoilers here, guys. I'm just trying to think of things that I can talk about that don't involve spoiling anything. I will say this is definitely the bloodiest of the Jurassic Park movies, I think by a pretty considerable margin. I kind of lost track of the body count. I mean, just the new dinosaur, the Indominus Rex alone, was at least a dozen. We're talking on-screen kills between devouring or throwing people aside, and one in particular, man, this dude just erupts into a freaking bucket of blood. So I'm not exactly sure how that got a PG-13 rating. It seems like it's really pushing the envelope of PG-13, like kind of skating that very thin line between PG-13 and R. Not that bothers me. I didn't have kids or anything with me, so it's not a big deal to me. I just kind of remarked on that, and it made me think back to the original Jurassic Park, which compared to this is really tame. I mean, there's only really one scene in the first Jurassic Park that was really that violent, as far as like dinosaur and human, where the guy gets it when he's sitting on the shitter, Gennaro the lawyer, when he gets picked up by the T-Rex. That's really the only thing. You could argue the thing with the raptors a little bit, but I mean, that's like 2 things in the entire movie. There's, once things get rolling in this, guys, you get that shit is done in like 60 seconds. I mean, this thing just goes on a rampage. So, but none of what I'm telling you, I don't think you couldn't have pieced together from watching the trailer. I will say this, that, so the Indominus Rex is like this big hybrid, dinosaur that they've engineered. It's like, the basis is obviously T-Rex, and they've spliced a few other things in there, to make it, just adaptable to their needs. And I gotta be honest with you guys, the big reveal as to, is what the secret species that was bred into the Indominus Rex, I didn't really think was all that surprising. I thought that was very, very obvious. And when they kind of sprung it on the audience, I was like, duh. And I was just like, okay, that was incredibly obvious, like 45 minutes ago, but, you know, whatever, maybe I'm just a Jurassic Park nerd. But as a fan of the original Jurassic Park, guys, I really liked it. I really did. There was very, very little in the movie that I took issue with. There's cool dinosaur fighting, you know, I mean, the whole thing, you know, I remember somebody mentioning something about this a couple years ago, like they were tossing around an idea for new Jurassic Park, and there was something leaked about somebody training raptors and stuff, and I thought at the time, I was like, oh god, that's so stupid, like they're gonna train them for the government or some kind of stupid shit like that. And I don't think that they took that exact idea and absorbed it into this movie. I think that they just took the genesis of that idea and they really made it work. You know, anyone who's seen the trailer knows that Chris Pratt's character Owen is basically a wrangler, you know, so to speak, a animal trainer, where he learns to coordinate actually with the raptors. You know, teaching them with a little clicker, much like you would teach like dolphins or monkeys or something like that. You know, because they're very smart animals. So he teaches them basically to work as a team. So I didn't think that part was cheesy at all. I thought that was actually really, really cool. The way that they bring it out in the story, I thought was really interesting, and it wasn't over the top. It was actually very, very believable, the way he explains it and everything, how it's not him controlling things, it's just a relationship. Like all the raptors have names, you know, they have statuses, you know, this is the beta, and he's like, you know, I'm the alpha, you know, I'm the leader. Which made perfect sense, you know, he's like coordinating a pack of wolves. And I gotta admit, it was pretty cool, you know, when they turn the raptors loose. You know, I'm sure you guys have seen in the trailer when he's out there on the Triumph Bonneville, somehow able to traverse the uneven jungle floor on a motorcycle. I'm not sure how, but anyways, that set aside, that was pretty cool, you know, to see him running with the pack, basically, you know, just as a member of the team, since raptors are pack hunters. You know, they're like Navy SEALs. They work as a squad, as a team, to fulfill an objective. And I just thought that was really, really awesome, man. That was really smart writing and very, very beautiful cinematography in this movie. So if you're a fan of Jurassic Park, man, I really recommend this movie. I mean, obviously I am, you know, but if you liked the first Jurassic Park, I'm pretty darn sure that you will like this one. Even if you hated number 2 or number 3, and you're like, go number 3, I like number 3, but even if you hated those two, I think that you will really like this one. It's just, it kind of resurfaces everything that was cool and magical and novel about the original one and makes it relevant again. You know, kind of brings the wonder of dinosaurs back to the silver screen. So if you're on the fence about it and you haven't already seen it, man, go ahead. I say pull the trigger, man. Go ahead and check it out. You know, if you're really on the fence, you know, go to a matinee or something during the week and watch it. I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised that they've really done their homework on this one, man. I think they really got it right. So if any of you out there have seen this movie, you know, whether you loved it or hated it, why don't you leave some comments below, sound off, and let us all know what you think. Try to keep the spoilers to a minimum, guys, just in case, because the movie's only been out for like 3 days at this point. Today's Sunday. And we don't want to ruin it for anybody or anything, but just, you know, say what you think. If you liked it, great. If you didn't, say like, you know, it sucked, Jimbo, and you suck for liking it. Whatever. It's all good. But anyways, thanks so much for stopping by, guys, and I guess I'll see you in Retro Rumble tomorrow night. Have a good one.